Welcome back to Screen Scan. Today, we're diving into the 2023 mind-bending psychological thriller Hypnotic. The movie is full of surprises that will keep viewers guessing right up until the very end. In addition to portraying a very personal tale of a father's anxious search for his missing daughter, the movie delves into themes of control, reality, and the power of the mind. The movie opens with a dark and moody tone. Danny Rourke, played by Ben Affleck, is introduced as a detective deeply affected by the disappearance of his young daughter, Minnie. The scene establishes the anguish and emotional strain he faces every day, living in the hope that she might still be alive. A surprise call from his therapist, Dr. River, interrupts his concentration, and he discusses his difficulties letting go of his daughter's abduction. This conversation hints at Rourke's inability to let go of the past, his mind still locked in the trauma of the event. The narrative jumps when Rourke receives a call from his partner, Nix. Rourke came out from the therapy session and meet Nix, in which tells him about a tip-off regarding an upcoming robbery located at Bank of Austin. They head to the location, but Rourke feels something is off. A mysterious man sitting on a bench named Delrain, played by William Fichtner, appeared while they are observing outside of the bank. As the scene goes by, the people that Delrain meets act strangely, as though Delrain is causing them to be affected by an unexplainable abnormality. When Rourke noticed that what Delrain was doing was suspicious, he stopped observing, so he went out to follow Delrain and to see closely what his purpose was. Rourke followed him into the bank, but when he's already in, Delrain looks like he had vanished into thin air. Rourke ended his conversation with his colleague as a security guard approached him, and he had the idea of opening a safe deposit box, of which that is what the robber intended to take from the bank. As Rourke walked toward the safe deposit box area, chaos erupted outside. Delrain was also in the bank, speaking with the front desk receptionist, who was behaving strangely, much like the others who had encountered him earlier. Meanwhile, Rourke discovered the contents of the deposit box and found a picture of his missing daughter. The chaos inside the bank escalated, prompting Rourke to hide temporarily as he heard gunshots. Later, he saw the receptionist approach the same safe deposit box he had visited and take it. Rourke attempted to stop her, but an armed police officer intervened to protect the receptionist and shot at him. The receptionist exited the bank and got into a vehicle with the safe deposit box, attempting to escape. However, she collided with other cars, causing her vehicle to overturn, which led to her death. Delrain then approached the overturned vehicle, retrieved the deposit box, and planted a bomb inside it. Just before Rourke reached the vehicle, the bomb exploded. Rourke kept looking for Delrain until they found him on the rooftop and surrounded him. The two police officers were going to arrest Delrain, but it appears that he did something odd that prevented them from doing so. At this point, Delrain disclosed that the two police officers had lost consciousness. Rourke showed a picture of Minnie, presumably to get a clue as to the whereabouts of his daughter, but Delrain remained silent. Delrain instructed the two police officers to kill themselves because they are under his control and no longer felt self-conscious, and Delrain vanished from sight. After the robbery, Rourke begins to piece together that Delrain knows where his daughter is. Rourke's investigation leads him to a psychic named Diana Cruz, played by Alice Braga, who also get involved with Lev Delrain. Diana explains to Rourke about the hypnotic, an ability far beyond the reality. Diana, too, has hypnotic powers but uses them for different reasons. She introduces Rourke to the idea of a hidden world where people with such abilities exist in secret, manipulating events and lives from the shadows. She calls this group the Division, an organization that controls hypnotics and uses them for their own mysterious purposes. The concept of a secret group of mind controllers gives the movie an ominous, paranoid edge, creating an atmosphere where reality feels constantly in flux. As the time passed by, Delrain sent men to track Rourke and Diana, which then later, the two forms an unlikely alliance. While on their journey, Diana reveals that Rourke has a psychic block, which comes from presumably his emotional trauma due to his daughter's disappearance. The next scene is they are in Mexico, where they will meet other members of the Division, some who are allies and others who are enemies. The first person they will meet is Jeremiah, Diana's former handler in Division, who also has a psychic block and can help them catch Delrain. Jeremiah told them that the Project Domino, the one could control the most powerful hypnotics, was Delrain's reason why he's out. Jeremiah explained even more the Project Domino was stolen by Delrain, and he resets his own mind to hide the trail. Diana proposed the idea that Delrain must have planted a trigger, a clue left by the hypnotic, leading them to discuss the possible traces he may have left behind. Noticing that Rourke was holding his daughter's photo, Jeremiah suggested that Minnie might play a key role since Delrain was after it. As Jeremiah reached for the photo, Diana stopped Rourke. However, it was only later that they realized they'd been speaking with Delrain the entire time. After discovering Delrain's deception, the two run to escape, only to encounter numerous traps he has laid, using his hypnotic powers to stay ahead of them. In one especially intense scene, Rourke and Diana become trapped where everything they see is an illusion crafted by Delrain. The scene is disorienting and surreal, forcing them to battle their own senses to break free. Rourke and Diana find themselves cornered, surrounded by locals, police officers, and even Delrain. In the midst of the chaos, Rourke unexpectedly discovers that he's controlling the police officers, directing them to apprehend Delrain. Shocked and unable to believe what just happened, he struggles to grasp the reality of it, thinking it was impossible. This bizarre occurrence only strengthens Rourke's resolve to uncover the truth, prompting Diana to agree to help him further. After agreeing to work together, they approached River, a hacker who could access the division's database. They searched for Rourke's profile, but found no record of his wife, Vivian Riley. When they finally located Vivian's file, they were stunned to discover that she was an agent for the division, leaving them to believe she had betrayed Rourke. Overwhelmed by this revelation, Rourke struggled to make sense of it all, questioning everything he had believed up to that point, feeling as though his entire life had been a lie. As Rourke starts to doubt reality itself, the movie takes a drastic turn. It becomes clear from flashbacks and conversation with Diana that even though Vivian may have been lying to him, the pain was real to him. The division can create whole universes in a person's head, control emotions, and implant false memories. Rourke has a severe existential crisis as a result of this startling discovery. One of the most powerful scenes is when Delrain calls Rourke and completely warps his senses, making it impossible for Rourke to tell the difference between hypnotic suggestion and reality. The movie deftly manipulates the audience's perception as well, making them question whether what they've seen is genuine or just a complex mind trick. As Rourke delves deeper into the division's secrets, he uses River's computer to search for Diana's file and discovers that she is his real wife. He then checks his phone, confirming the truth that Diana is indeed his wife. Rourke searches again for the name Dominique Rourke, his daughter, and discovers she isn't an ordinary child. She has inherited strong hypnotic powers and goes by the alias Domino. It is revealed in this scene that Project Domino refers to a person, confirming that Minnie's disappearance was not accidental. Following that scene, Diana wakes up and is confronted by Rourke, who asks if their daughter is still alive. Diana reveals that she didn't take Minnie. It was Rourke who had been hiding her all along. Flashbacks flood Rourke's mind, and everything starts to make sense, including why he hid their daughter. Diana explains that the division wanted to train Minnie to become the most powerful hypnotic in the world, but Rourke responds that Minnie is just a child, and he wants to protect her from the division. Afterward, Rourke realizes the truth. Everything shown in the first part of the movie was merely an illusion. It was all taking place in one location, a hypnotic scenario created by the division to manipulate Rourke into revealing Minnie's true whereabouts. Despite having uncovered the truth about Minnie's whereabouts, Rourke remains resolute in protecting her location, unwilling to let her fall into the hands of the division. His determination stems from a deep-seated desire to shield his daughter from their manipulative grasp and ensure her safety at all costs. To maintain their control, the division decides to wipe Rourke's memory once more, erasing everything he has learned and experienced. This act of erasure causes his recollections to restart, mirroring the opening scenes of the movie, where he is oblivious to the larger machinations at play. As his mind resets, Rourke is plunged back into a state of confusion, unaware of the truth he had just grasped, setting the stage for the cycle of deception to begin anew. Rourke simply kept doing what the division was doing to him. He had already reached the point where he was following Delrain, when he suddenly stopped moving as he saw a vehicle and disappeared. When the crew realized this, they went into a panic and started looking for Rourke. Rourke managed to drive the vehicle. He drives it and Diana convincing him to stop and step out of it. And luckily, Rourke escaped using that vehicle. Nix found Rourke's notebook and saw a note about Deer Valley Lane, which answers where Rourke is going. When Rourke arrived at Deer Valley Lane, he was warmly greeted by two elderly homeowners, who appeared surprised yet welcoming. Diana and the other members of the division trailed behind him and quickly recognized that the homeowners were Rourke's foster parents. As Diana and the others approached the scene, Rourke stepped into the house, overwhelmed with emotion at the thought of finally seeing his daughter again after such a long separation. It was a poignant moment, filled with anticipation and nostalgia. This scene also clarified the mystery surrounding his daughter's whereabouts. Rourke had been hiding her with his foster parents all along, a revelation that added depth to his desperate efforts to protect his family. The division arrived, and while Rourke's parents greeted them, they suddenly opened fire. Diana quickly approached her mother-in-law, insisting on locating Minnie, as she was deemed more suitable for the division. Before she could get a response, Rourke emerged from the house and had a deep conversation with his wife. He tried to convince Diana that they shared the same goal of protecting their daughter, but she remained steadfast in her beliefs. Delrain then intervened, presenting Rourke with a condition. Either Rourke and Minnie would join them, or Minnie would return to the division alone. Rourke didn't respond to the condition. Instead, he allowed Minnie to come out, and Diana welcomed her with a heartfelt embrace. When Minnie said, "We're setting ourselves free from them," another chaos was about to happen again. It was Minnie's turn to control and overpower the division. Delrain becomes frightened and opens fire on Rourke's house, revealing that it isn't real, which also confuses the members of the division who witness the scene. Chaos ensues as the division members begin shooting at each other, all under Minnie's control. In addition, Minnie restores her mother's memories, just as Diana had reset her own to protect her child, similar to what Rourke had done. Delrain is the only one who's alive. He attempts on shooting at Minnie, but before he could do that, she opened her eyes and controls him as he shoots at himself for multiple times. After that, Diana's memories have returned. It was later explained that the daughter of two hypnotics would possess an extraordinary gift. It was revealed that Minnie had been trained by the division from a young age, but they had sinister plans for her powers, intending to use her as a weapon, which could ultimately destroy the child herself. Rourke and Diana felt powerless, believing they couldn't escape the division. However, in the end, all their sacrifices, resetting their memories, waiting for the right time, and preparing Minnie to grow up, culminated in their ability to unite and completely dismantle the division. Through their love, they finally regained control over their own lives, freeing themselves from external manipulation. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more exciting content. Turn on notifications so you never miss an update. See you in the next one.